Hey, from the clinic, where are we? So we're going to test out the Pnoe gas analysis today. Just wanted to see how it's running, but it's also a chance to show you what it's about. So that's your face mask and power pack, and there's our new treadmill. So stay tuned. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I'm during the warm-up, so I'm doing 5.1 kilometers for 3 minutes, and it's collecting all my information, what's going on with my fatty acid oxidation, my heart rate, and it's a ramp test, so we go up every minute until exhaustion. I'm probably not going to do that today because I don't know where this show is going to go, so I'll just fast forward to the end. I couldn't help myself. We went all the way, didn't we, Roche? Well, she was down near the treadmill putting these little weights somewhere near it, which put me off, I think. I'm not gonna rely on these weights, but I went up to that speed I would have done before on my last test, which was at about nearly 20 kilometers an hour, and the heart rate was up at 180, so it's a good sign that I'm maintaining fitness. We would look at VO2 numbers, and we can actually bring up the graphs, which I'll show you now in a bit. We can see where I start to switch over from fat burning over to carbohydrate burning. We can see my limitations. Is it my respiratory system? Is it my cardiovascular system? Loads of info that you wouldn't really realize is out there. And the best thing is, it's good to know because it can actually detect if there's any heart issues or cardio. So I just wanted to finish off what I was saying about the cardiovascular system. I was cut off in the last story. Is that this test is also going to tell us if we are deficient in that area, like if we are even maybe at a risk for cardiovascular disease. This test will pick it up, and that's why it's becoming more popular in corporate health, and it's covered by health insurance. Right, and the next bit I'm going to show you is my test results. So here's the platform with all the analysis and all the test results on it, right? So I can take away VO2 just to make the thing a little bit cleaner. And what we're going to look at here is the heart rate and my fat and carbohydrate usage. So the light blue line is carbohydrate, the dark one is fat. So if we go along, we can see that I cross over here at this heart rate, 149, 150. So this crossover point is very important because beyond this, carbohydrate becomes the predominant fuel and fat starts to drop off. Need these points to know to work out our fitness zones. Okay. What I can also look at is where my limitation was in the test. So if I bring up maybe VO2 over breathing frequency, and breathing frequency is here, so we can see at this point I drop off. This metric drops off, so we can tell at that heart rate 180. So at the end of the test, I started to really peel off. So when we talk about respiratory limitations in a fitness test, we need to know what your lung volumes are and how much air you can push out in 1 second. So that's what the spirometry test is for, and everyone gets this before their fitness test. I'll do mine and then we'll put it into my test and see how I get on. So we did our spirometry there eventually, and these are my numbers, okay? So I can fit 5.95 litres of air into the lungs, and I can blow out 4.98 litres in 1 second. So when we go back to our test, we know that these are my tidal volumes here. So you can see that it's like 3.87 litres of air per breath. Now that was my max volume that I got in at the end of the test. Your max volume should be between 75 and 85% of your FEV1, which is the amount of air you can blow out in one second. So I worked out the maths, and I'm about 75%. So I need to probably just watch that I can try to keep this volume up and don't let it drop, because it drops off there after that. It just peaks at 3.87 and then drops off. So I have to try to work. So I hope from that you can see why I want to help work with people who sign up for the Ironman this summer, or the half, because including myself, because this technology should really help you. I also want to link up with coaches. I know one in particular, Donica Long, up there in Blackpool. He's specialises in triathlon and long distance triathlon, so he'd be a good one to get to know if you're signed up to the event. And just get in touch with myself if you want to get this test done and learn a bit about how your body is performing. Just reach out to me, no problem at all. Ciao.